So the Cure Ethiopia hospital, similar to all of the hospitals within the network, serves children with disabilities. All of these children and caregivers are the most marginalized part of the community. And the reason is because these are children to begin with, and children are vulnerable anywhere else in the world, but particularly in this part of the world where resources are challenging. When you're a child, you don't particularly become a priority. There are challenges for healthcare in this part of the world, challenges of scarcity of food, challenges of schools and so on, so they're not particularly priority. And then you add disability to this, it just becomes an additional problem. They end up being the least part of the community that gets attention, and as such become the most marginalized. The child with a disability is usually ridiculed. People most of the time attach or give a reason for this condition due to a curse, due to some superstitious beliefs, and as such they end up being ridiculed, they end up being shunned from the community, and they're not particularly part of the community. They don't go to school, they don't play with other children, even with their families they don't become a priority. But in addition to that, most of the time the schools are very far away. You have to walk miles and miles and miles. Walking that long with no disability is difficult. Now you add disabling conditions, you add cleft foot so severe that the child's foot is turned so that they're almost walking at the back of their feet. Bow legs, knocked knees, it's just impossible to walk that far to go to school. In addition to being ridiculed along the way, so they don't go to school. In Cure Ethiopia, similar to our other hospitals, we're the only one giving priority to children with disabilities. Had we not been here and had we not been providing the service, these children would not have a chance to go to school, would not be playing with their peers, and so they would be left out of the society, and their future is just grim. The way we reach out to these children, as most live far away from where we are, we have partnerships with various organizations. Our first partnership is with hospitals, major government hospitals within the country, where we actually have trained orthopedic surgeons that would refer patients to us. The second way is through partnerships with churches. Our churches would refer children to our hospitals. We get to see the children during our outreach or mobile clinics. We conduct mobile clinics within the countries we serve in to be able to reach out to these children, to be able to provide actually the hope and healing they need even prior to coming to our hospitals. So when the children, the caregivers come to our hospitals, they are broken because they've had a difficult life, because they've been shunned, ridiculed, no one has paid attention to them. They feel there's no hope. The surgeries are life-transforming and just miraculous. However, to me, what's so amazing, how we've also provided hope and healing for these children. You see the spiritual transformation. And that's because in addition to the clinical service we provide, we spend a lot of time with the children and the caregivers to just show them love and compassion so that they understand they are created in the image of God. They're worthy of our love because God loves them. And you actually see this physically, they start smiling more. The smile turns into laughter. They're more playful. They're more engaging when they're talking to you. They're not leaving wondering why we're so nice. They leave this hospital knowing that we are reflecting God's work, we are reflecting God's love, and we are reflecting Christ's compassion for humanity, Christ's love for children. It's a completely transformational experience. They come from being neglected, they come from being forgotten, they are broken. And so when they come to Cure, they would experience love, they would experience compassion, and this is possible because of you. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be able to show love, to be able to show compassion, to reflect God's love. And thank you very much for letting us do what we should be doing. Thank you.